we were arguing, discussing.
Yes, it's a healthy
and
discussion.
open and honest discussion as I drag you out of the studio because we oversold the studio. Ryan Burrow with ABC News in Chicago is following this United story where this customer was dragged off of the flight. Everyone's talking about it. Good morning, Ryan Burrow.
Good morning. Yeah, the late night spoof. Did you see it on Jimmy Kimmel last night?
I did not.
If you get a chance, take a look at it. It shows a flight attendant for United holding brass knuckles. This is not what United wants as far as PR. That's for sure. You've got Twitter boycotts going on. Hashtag boycott United Airlines. Definitely a black eye for the company with all of those images circulating, whether it be the video or the still frames of that alleged doctor getting yanked and pulled screaming down the aisle. That's not something that a reputable company wants to have displayed all over the country.
All right. The United CEO comes out and is it safe to say, sorry that it happened, but defends the action of his employees?
Yeah, essentially, and some are calling it tone deaf this morning. Rather than saying this should not have happened, we're sorry about this. Oscar Munoz, at least the forward-facing, the CEO, the forward-facing statement to the press was essentially, look, all the proper procedures happened. This is unfortunate. We're sorry this happened, but all the procedures were in place. And then sent an internal memo to his employees saying he was upset to hear what had happened. When they approached one customer, he raised his voice, refused to comply with the crew member, approached a few more times after that, and each time he refused, became more belligerent. Our agents were left with no choice but to call Chicago aviation security officials and follow the established protocol. Now, he did tail it off by saying treating our customers and each other with respect and dignity is at the core of what we are. But it's kind of one of those, we wish this didn't go out, but look, you guys did everything you were supposed to do.
So, Ryan Burrow, what were they supposed to do? They oversold the flight. We can argue right or wrong, but it was oversold. 4 crew members of United had to get on that flight so that they could, I guess, then go work another flight. They volunteered and tried to give vouchers. No one went with the vouchers. So according to the rules, you handpick 4 people. 3 got off. This guy didn't want to get off. What was United supposed to do? Pick somebody else at random because this guy didn't want to get off?
Yeah, I mean that's quite. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they didn't want it to escalate to this point where you're dragging a man kicking and screaming off of a plane, and that's probably what they're going in the offices right now to think about. Oh, okay, how can we make this better? Now they offered. We've all been in these situations where flights have either been overbooked or there's been some kind of issue where a crew needs to get on, and what do? They offer you vouchers, right? We'll give you a $400 voucher. We'll give you a hotel stay for the night. We'll give you this or that. They apparently got up to $800 that they were offering for customers for a flight, and nobody was taking. So I guess that issue is, could we have gone up to 1,000? Would more people have taken then? Are there other ways we could have gotten these people who desperately needed to get to Louisville from Chicago to Louisville? So those are the issues apparently they're working out right now as far as how they could have handled it any better. They seem to say that this was the procedure in place and the employees acted the right way. Now they've got to go back to the drawing board and figure out a better procedure.
I understand. I get it, and it looks bad and all that. But when it's all said and done, since this guy didn't want to get off the plane and he was picked at random, and if that's the policy, what are you supposed to do when somebody says no? Should he have gone to somebody else and say, well, I'm sorry, the guy on 3B didn't want to get off, so now you're going to have to get off. It seems like it's a no-win situation. I get the fact that it's bad PR, but somebody had to get off the plane. So pick one. And what's a better way to picking one than randomly selecting 4 people?
Random choice, and they didn't know how this passenger would respond. But you got a feeling it's not just United, but I'm sure Southwest and American and Delta are all going back to their drawing boards too, trying to not be the next viral sensation.
No, I hear you, Ryan. While we have you, how was the flag raising last night in Chicago?
Wet and cold, but they got it up. They got the 4 banners up, including the 1907 and 1908 World Series, and then the pennant banner went up, and then the whole team raised the 2016 World Series.
And then
so the rings will be on Wednesday, so that hopefully the weather will be a little nicer.
Was it a rain delay? It seemed like it was a late game last night.
The rain caused about an hour and 15-minute delay, and then you've got it was like an hour-long ring ceremony. So I don't think they got that first pitch off until about 8:45.
Oh, okay. Well, did John Lester have any Vaseline in his glove last night, or was that only for the World Series?
I'm sorry. What did we ever figure out what Yadier Molina had going on there? By the way, I reached out to the league on that. I did reach out to the league on that to find out, and they said as long as it's not a pitcher, there's no problem. So you Yadier Molina fans can relax. It looks like the MLB is not going after him.
Oh, okay.
That was.
Well, let's put it this way: they don't go after pitchers when they have Vaseline in their gloves in Game 1 of the World Series either.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
Ryan, thanks for checking in.
Take care.
710, Big 550, KT.